Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Priya Saini, your mind and style coach. To Priya Saini show, and today we have an extension of the interview series which is going on gender equality and self-empowerment at workplace. To have an expert advice on the same, we have Vinod Arora with us, who is the Vice President of Wells Fargo. He was also associated with Amazon and Genpact. Vinod is a strategic human resource professional with a rich experience of 14 years. Vinod loves to be in the corporate sector, and adding value and giving your 100% is what he believes in. Vinod is also in the process of publishing a book on HR. A person who believes in self, discipline, and understands the corporate ecosystem so well. We have Vinod Arora with us, so let's get into the interview right away.
Hi Vinod, welcome to the Priya Saini show. It's a pleasure to have you on my channel. And how are you and how's your family and how's your health now?
Thank you so much, Priya, for inviting me for this interview. I'm doing great. Family is fine. And of course, we all are covered in the pandemic, so you know how the situation is. You tell, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. You've come to a higher leadership role, and just please tell the audience, like, what are the challenges and how you overcame them?
While we talk about challenges, but one thing I should quote, that there is no journey which don't have any challenge. I'm sure you would agree on that.
Absolutely.
And challenges are at every level, irrespective at the career stage you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, of course, even when I started working in 2006, I started from scratch. I joined as an entry level, then with the progression of years and years and growing via internal IJPs and promotion, I spent around nine and a half years in an organization, then 5 years in another. So my journey so far is around 15, 16 years.
Okay.
And yes, I will not say that there were no challenges around it. There were challenges, there were hiccups, because you see, when we talk about the path of success or path of progress, there is never a smooth road.
Absolutely.
It's not a bed of roses.
Surely.
While the journey and that particular road is meant for everyone, and everyone achieves in their own way, but yes, it's not an easy task to achieve where you are right now.
Right.
And it's for everyone. It's for
absolutely
everyone.
I would surely second that. So Vinod, can you just give one example of one of the challenges which you face, which you feel that would be of value to the audience, and how you overcame it? Something which is tangible, which can be considered like a lesson to all of us.
So the challenge, so when I initially started my career, I'll just give you a live example. When I initially started my career, I was into an hardcore operations profile.
Okay.
And that was the time I thought that I'm an operations person, and I'll never change my domain.
Okay.
In fact, I never even thought that there are other domains which existed, like from operations, I can move to L&D, I can move to HR, various other streams. I never even gave a thought because, at an entry level, when you start working, you just focus on that particular task. You wanted to be at your best.
Right.
So, but then after spending 4.5 years, I realized that this field is not for me. So though I don't blame that the operations profile is bad, it's perfectly fine for an entry level or a fresher person. But after you spend 2-3 years, in my case, I realized it later. So that's my mistake. But then I would suggest everyone who are starting their career to get into a role where they would pursue their passion, where they would like to contribute, and the last thing, where they would like to add a value.
Absolutely.
Because in today's time, employment is not a challenge. The challenge is, can you add a value or not?
Surely.
If someone is unemployed today or tomorrow, that person will get a job for sure. But then that will be a temporary stopgap arrangement. That person might get a job just to fulfill their financial need, not to add value.
Right, right. Absolutely.
So whatever you do, irrespective domain you are and irrespective of what level you are, you can be a fresher, you can be at a higher post. Try to find out a value add to that particular role.
Hmm. Okay. Now, sometimes actually there are two, three things. One person gets into comfortable zone. Second is that uh, because we are earning, we are having money, so we don't think about the passion and the value addition part much. And then, it is just, we just take our life just like that, that all right. But one day I believe that
True.
everyone, when start finding value in what they're doing for others, then the person feels the satisfaction, and there comes the enlightenment where we feel that, okay, this is for me.
True, Priya. But then the sad part is if we go by the statistics of this figure,
Hmm.
it is only a hand countable percentage who pursue their passion at their corporate career life.
Right, right.
And I think I'm not wrong, but 99% of the corporate employees, and it can be
Hmm.
you and me as well, I'm not blaming
Right,
everyone,
absolutely.
are working to fulfill their daily needs.
Absolutely,
Because
surely.
when the money starts flowing and versus the expenditure starts flowing, your passion takes
Hmm.
a second seat.
Yeah, that happens. The reality check in.
And at that point of time, you are not in a situation to take a risk, to leave your job, to leave the
Right,
fixed income and pursue your passion. And
right,
it's with
right,
everyone
right.
at all levels.
Absolutely. No, I personally know because I've taken that step and I understand what you're saying completely. But I believe, like, even in being corporate, because I have a lot of friends and my other colleagues, like my old colleagues. So I just believe that, when they start adding value in whatever they're doing, the satisfaction which one gets, even, if the passion is not there, the passion's at least a little bit of passion arises there once you are adding value to your company or to the people or to the clients you're working with.
True that. And that passion has to be created from oneself. You cannot
Hmm.
create a passion for me. I
Absolutely.
need to realize that this is something I need to know.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Ground reality, Priya, I believe we don't give 100% because our mind is scattered at 10 different places.
Yes, absolutely.
I may be
And
working on an important project, but at the back
right.
of my mind, what is triggering? I have to pay this EMI, I have to do this at home,
Ah,
I have to meet this
right.
relative, I have to meet this friend, oh, there's a breakup. So our mind is scattered at 10 different
Yes.
places.
Yes.
And
So how
while
to
we
handle
work,
that? Yeah.
I was coming to that. So
Yeah,
it's a
please.
simple funda. When you're at
Yeah.
your work, forget everything.
Hmm.
Forget everything. Because
Hmm.
one, you are being paid to be there for the 9 hours to do a dedicated role and to add your value. You're being
Right.
paid for it. Now let's
Right.
assume tomorrow you don't have that option. What will you do
Hmm.
for the 10 scattered things which are running in your mind? You can't do
Absolutely.
anything. So
Right.
to organize those 10 scattered things, this is one
Hmm.
place wherein you can organize them.
Right, right.
Secondly, plan your day and your work accordingly, whatever you can take.
Hmm.
Humans have a habit to do 10 tasks, but to intake 50 tasks because
Right,
they don't have a habit to say no.
right, right,
So, in every human aspect, starting from a kid to an old age person, it is
hmm.
important to say a no.
Right.
Because, Priya, you know your capacity that in one day you cannot take, let's say, more than 5 interviews, right?
Hmm.
You would know your capacity
Right,
better. But if you're
right.
around 10, 12, 15 interviews are lined up for you, what will be your
Hmm.
situation? You might do 10, 12, but what will impact? Your family time will impact, your personal time will impact, and
Right,
that will create a hype in your hype of mountain in your brain.
right. A guilt will fill in.
True that. So you need to
Right,
be organized and plan your day.
right. Absolutely. So planning is the key, right?
Exactly.
Planning and mental training to be wherever we are, to be focused on the work or at office, right?
Right. So like it is said that you need to train your mind.
Right, right. Absolutely. So what exactly is self-empowerment to you when it comes to workplace?
So for self-empowerment, one, I need to understand that am I in the right role?
Mhm,
Am I doing justice to my role?
mhm,
Second, am I adding a value to that role?
mhm,
And third, if I'm at a right place, let's say 1%, if I'm
mhm,
even at a right place with the right role, what is my career aspiration from that? I can't do the same thing over and over for many years. I'm sure we
right.
all look for a next opportunity or a growth level after a certain point of time.
Absolutely.
Now, to reach to that particular level, we need to prove or build that roadmap today only so that we
Hmm,
can have a smooth transition. So,
hmm,
what is self empowerment for me? For me, self
hmm,
empowerment is one, am I organized in my daily work?
hmm,
Second, how am I with my stakeholders and my peer group?
hmm.
Because for me to be self-empowered, it is important to have a collective decision or a collective in sync with my peer group and my stakeholders. Because alone
Absolutely.
I cannot be self-empowered.
Surely, yes. Self-empowerment generally doesn't come very naturally. So, what do you believe the reasons behind it? Hmm,
And the major reason that it does not come from its own
hmm.
is about the family background and
Okay,
the colleagues and the friends background.
okay.
So again, this depend upon situation to situation. So it's not
Hmm,
a common scenario with everyone, but your
hmm,
family background does matter a lot to what you
hmm.
think.
Okay.
Like
So, it's subjective.
Priya, it's
Hmm,
subjective. Like today, what we think in today's generation will have a
hmm.
direct impact to our kids' thinking process.
Absolutely. Yes. This is one. So, if one
Right.
wants to change this, like what can one do?
There is no particular technique except one which I have always followed is to come out of my comfort zone.
Hmm. Right. And how can
Because
one come
one
out
need
of
to
the
move
comfort
out of the
zone?
comfort zone. So I need to look on for the more challenging opportunities. So I'll give you an
Okay.
example for that. So let's
Hmm.
say
Please.
I have 10 daily deliverables in my task.
Right.
Now there will be a scenario wherein I get bored or I get stagnant doing those 10 daily, right?
Right.
Now let's say there is person A who's doing those 10 daily and he's
Hmm.
happy with his work.
Hmm.
So that person means is does not move wants to move out of his comfort zone.
Hmm.
Whereas person B is someone who will after a while he will do his 10 those particular tasks, but will also look for 11th and 12th.
Right.
So that 11th, 12th and 12th will make him think out of the box.
Hmm.
And
Right.
that
Okay.
person B will outshine person A always.
Okay.
Yeah, so now you see Priya, person A and person B were doing same task, right? But person
Hmm.
B outshined because he thought out of the box.
So, does discipline also play a role in this?
See, discipline, not only at a corporate job, discipline plays an important aspect at every stage of your life.
Right.
Now, by discipline, I'll give you a basic generic example which is followed, I think, at every household.
Hmm.
Now, let's say at your household, when there are 3 meals which are being served,
Hmm.
let's say there is no fixed timing for that. Breakfast you're doing around 12 to 1, lunch you're doing
Right.
around 4 to 5, and dinner
Hmm.
you're doing around 11 12, or maybe you're skipping it. So there is
Okay.
no discipline about the food eating habit. What
Hmm.
eventually it will have after a while, it will add lethargicness to your body.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
because moreover, so if you move out, again, moving out of your comfort zone, if you move out, you're not accustomed to have a breakfast around 8 or 9, lunch around
Hmm.
2ish, and dinner around 8ish and 9ish. So it will
Hmm.
be a problem for your own self.
Right.
So, and this is just a basic example being followed at every home. So
Right.
discipline starts from your home, from yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the risk-taking capabilities also start from home. So that's why you said that different cultures, different background people come, and that's the reason, why they are not self-empowered or they don't have that zeal of self-empowerment. But to attain it, we need to come out of this comfort zone, be disciplined, and basically have few habits develop few habits, new habits out of the comfort zone, right?
True that. So I don't say that it's an overnight change, but you need to give a start at least.
Yes, absolutely. It's a consistent effort. We have to be very persistent, basically develop habits, and habits don't develop in a day. It takes minimum 66 days, as I remember, for one habit
True
to,
that. And
yeah.
And Priya, it's a simple logic. Only you can change yourself. No matter how
Absolutely.
many YouTube tutorials you watch, how many
True.
gyan you take from all the experts, till the time you don't have a zeal to change yourself, you cannot move ahead.
Yes. So we've not seen a lot of women at the leadership level in an organization or in different organizations. What do you believe that the reason is? If we talk from an organization level and also from an individual level of women, because you're also working with a lot of women, I understand. And you can please throw some light on this particular issue.
I partially agree to this question, Priya,
Okay.
because had you been asked, if you would have asked this question around, let's say 7-8 years back, I would have completely agreed. But looking at the global corporate changes, there are a lot of women who are steadily rising to the higher post. And even if you look at the statistics today for the Indian corporate firms, all the top CHROs are female.
Okay.
Or even not all, but I'm 100% sure that 90% and above CHROs are female. So yes, they are grabbing, but because corporate culture has evolved in a perfect shape, I would say in the last 5-6 years. If you look at the era of 80s and 90s, there were very few women who stepped out of the house, no, irrespective of what was their education. Right. It was late in the 90s they started stepping out. 2000 was the era when corporate culture was at boom, and they started grabbing opportunities. So that era started from 2000s only. So it's hardly 10-12 years since the woman has started grabbing bigger roles and opportunities. So it should take time. I mean, it's a 50-60 years of gap, so it should take time. But then yes, they are on the right track and the right progress, and the road has already been built for women to move ahead.
Right. So I have talked and interviewed, and in fact, I did a survey where I, talked with different women, also men, that how the women react when they're getting promotions, or what do they talk about when it is like, doing a little bit of extra work so that they get promoted or go to the higher leadership roles. So still, in some part of an organization, like few of them, like maybe a whole lot, or maybe one or two are at the leadership level, but the other the other group, basically, they are very hesitant to go towards higher leadership role. So one question is this, that why do you think that women hesitate? And secondly, why this started as a whole, that they were not in leadership roles initially. Now the change is coming, as you said, but why it started and why still there is so much hesitancy. And again, there is, the organization have stipulated, many times it has stipulated amount of seats that we have to give it to women employees. But why this happens, and why did it happen in the first place?
So, because if you talk about the Indian hierarchy or the Indian, I would say, gender diversity, every role was a male-driven role.
Right.
At every level. I mean, who thought that Air Force can be joined by women, or Army or anything can be joined by women? But they did, because they are capable enough to handle any role apart from their work, home responsibility. Right, because they proved themselves. So it's not that they were asked to be proved, they proved it themselves that yes, they are strong and equal enough. So talking about why the roles are less, because still Indian mentality has a hitch, and I'm talking about the male factor. Indian mentality still have a hitch that they cannot work under women leadership because of a male ego.
Right.
But if you talk about my experience, I have dealt with so many female bosses, and they are absolutely super. Considering the way they manage the work and home, I don't think every male can manage.
Absolutely, yes. That's the talent they have.
Women were not born to do the work which men cannot do,
Hmm.
but women were born to do every work which a man can do.
Right. Right.
So there is no gender disparity when it comes to work, maybe at home and at office as well. Everything and
Right.
everything can be done by any gender.
So, do you believe that it is the lack of self-empowerment, which, because of our society and the psychological setup, that we as women, or the female group, they just take a step back and believe that we can't do it. They don't try to get the skill set. Yeah.
True that, because our mentality has been driven in such a way that female is expected to take care of the home as well, along with their
Right.
work if they're working. So I'll give
Right.
you a live example. Let's say there is a couple, both are working.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, in the couple, let's say if the male person gets an IGP to another city, he'll
Hmm.
be very happy to willing to relocate,
Right.
considering the wife will relocate with him. Now, if
Hmm.
the same situation is with the wife, will the male
Hmm.
relocate? 99% will not relocate. I can challenge
Hmm.
on that.
Right. So
So that's
they
the
might live
self
separately then.
mentality they have driven,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Because they don't, I mean, they are still not comfortable women moving ahead from them.
Yeah.
So that it's more of a change of a mindset which is required, which has started, but at a very low pace.
Yeah. The space is low. The pace is low. Right.
True that.
But all right, we can just expect that the changes happen, and the changes which are happening right now, we can just support. So I have a series of Atmanirbhar with Priya Seni, where I am trying to break the stereotypes in my head, which I have related to few tasks, which only I believe that only men can perform. Okay, so maybe it an exercise in the gym, or changing a bulb, or changing the tire of a car. So I should know them. Then only I can talk about empowerment, women empowerment. If I don't have those skills, I then thought to myself that I have no right to say that. So first I develop the
True
skills,
that.
and then I can say that, all right, मैं भी ये कर सकती हूँ, and we are, have the same similar skills, but we no one both cannot be equal. It has to be a complement though, but at least one both should support each other. So that's the whole drive, and that's the whole motive behind this series. What qualities would you suggest an individual should possess in order to break the barrier of gender specifically for their progress?
In terms of quality, I would call out Priya that one should be open for new ideas and new thought process.
Right.
If
Again, coming out of the comfort
I
zone.
mean, true, because let's say today I am very good at my work, but if I am dragging a same thought process over years and years, I'm sure
Right.
by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I'll be outdated, no
Yeah,
matter how
absolutely.
good I am at work,
True, true.
right? So I should be open about that thought process. Secondly, I should have the trust factor irrespective of the gender.
Hmm.
And third,
Right.
I should have an accommodating nature. So
Flexibility.
let's say if I have a female employee who also runs a family, so it's not that female has to inform me that she has a kid to take care or she has a family to take care to cook. It's my understanding level that I need to give her that leverage that, okay, you
Right.
can today leave early and go home and complete your work once you reach home.
Right. So it's basically a collaboration again.
True
Right.
that. So
Okay.
it has to come from both the sides.
Yes. So again, the collaboration part which I talked about. So it's running a house, running a society, or running an organization. It has to be a collaboration of both the genders. and everyone has their own weaknesses, strengths. We should use them and avoid the weaknesses and support each other, right? It's all about support.
True.
So now I have a rapid fire round with you, and I have a few questions. One thing which can be changed in the mind to achieve gender equality.
Open thought process.
Open thought process. Okay.
So I was saying that I need to have an open mindset to welcome all gender, because we hire the skill set, we don't hire the gender.
Absolutely. Yeah, true. So beautifully said. The biggest strength of a female at workplace is
Self-satisfaction.
self-satisfaction. And the biggest strength of a male at workplace is
Self-trust.
self-trust. We can empower our co-worker by
Providing equal responsibility.
Oh, yes. The most important skill of a leader is
To trust their employee instead of the process. Processes can change. Your employee remains same with you.
Great, great. No, this is so lovely and so insightful. So Vinod, please, share a few of your thought process and some words of wisdom to all our audience, like before we wind up.
And when we talk about the word of wisdom, so I don't say word of wisdom, rather that's more of a practical approach for everyone, that whenever you are maybe into a corporate job or a government job or any place you're working, maybe at home, even if you're working, have a positive approach towards the work you are doing, and have an alignment and a value add to the work you are doing. Then only you will be successful for the work you are doing. So like today, let's say if I have to bake or if I have to cook, if I don't cook or bake by heart, you know how does it taste like?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So if we don't put our 100% to the task we are doing, I don't think we are justifying the role we are doing.
Absolutely. So it's all about, especially in terms of social media, if I talk about, because I'm there. So I just believe in creating value or entertaining. So there also in entertainment, you create value. If we don't do that, it's just, some pictures lying over there, some videos lying over there.
True that. And the last thing I would like to say is have a self-trust on yourself. You are on earth to add a value to your profile. You're not here to please anyone. So forget what anyone and everyone will say. Trust yourself, trust your family. That's it.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for those beautiful words and all the practical solutions which you've given and the thought process which you've shared. I'm sure that a lot of audience will get inspired with this interview. And thank you again, Vinod, for being there on my show.
Thank you so much, Priya. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. Take care.
So this was Vinod Arora sharing his insights and words of wisdom with all of us, giving us practical ways as to how to excel at your workplace, how to love your work, and how to be self-disciplined, plan and say no. He also touched upon gender equality, where he talked about that, yes, now the females have started to go on to leadership roles and there has been a shift. It is slow, but it will take some time, and it will be with the collaborative effort of both the genders coming together, working on their strengths, and when it comes to the weakness, helping each other. So it is all about collaboration, and I'm sure that this must have touched your heart and your mind in a productive way, so that you can go ahead and make your workplace a better place to be and more progressive one. I hope that the video did help you. I'll be back with another episode in the series. Till then, subscribe to my channel, like and share with the ones who need it, and comment below if you're seeing changes in yourself, in your mind, in your behavior, or any habits which you've picked up after watching these motivational or inspirational interview sessions or the other videos which I have on my channel. I'll be putting down the link of the other videos from where you can take help. Till then, take care, be safe, think progressive, and let's collaborate. Bye-bye, take care. This is Priya Seni, your mind and style coach.